Hello, I'm live now on air, and this is a rum taste challenge. Now, I may have to take a call during this hangout, so we'll just deal with that as it comes. Bacardi White, the Superior, 1862, famous brand, versus Ron Rio, 1975, not famous. In my view, it's infamous, but we're going to be fair. 1 liter bottle cost me $6.99 at this super discount store. This 750 milliliter bottle cost me $12.99 at Walmart. L 18094, the 94th day of 2018, bottled in Jacksonville, Florida, but it's distilled in Puerto Rico. It's aged at least 1 year. You can look on the Trade Association, Rum of Puerto Rico, or it's called the Rums of Puerto Rico. It's got the quality seal on the back. It's just saying we promise to use good ingredients and age our rums a minimum of 1 year in charred oak barrels, usually white oak. Well, Ron Rio has a nice label, I guess, a clipper ship. If you look on the McCormick website, they have a different bottle. That might be the 750 bottle of this 1 liter. I guess you call that a bar bottle. It might be smooth at the top. Caribbean rum. It's got some texture on the letters. Bottled by Ron Rio Importers, Western Missouri. They say they use American sugarcane, but it is Caribbean rum, silver, Ron Rio. Where in the Caribbean? Your guess is as good as mine. I would say any island would be possible except for Cuba. Bacardi, we know, is Puerto Rico. But like I said, I might have to get a call for air conditioner guy coming over here. So he was already over here, but I figured I'll try to do this now. So that could be a complicated, involved situation, and not to mention expensive. We'll go with Bacardi first, since it's the older brand, 1862. Got a green bottle. Actually, if you look carefully, it's a green bottle, like a lime green. It's clearly obvious. Sort of like a Coca-Cola bottle, but this is probably greener than that. Oh, it's very clearly green. Very clearly green. And then the Ron Rio. Yikes. If you watch my solo review, you know what I'm going to say about this thing. I've never been more shocked by a liquor in my life. I've been shocked by beers. Okay, the appearance. They're both clear. You can't tell anything on appearance, okay? That's not going to make any difference, the appearance. So we're going to rule that out. McCormick Distilling's website lists this Ron Rio rum. It says, made with 5 times distilled Caribbean rum, Ron Rio rum evokes the relaxed lifestyle and fun of the islands. Available in both medium body gold, which I don't have, and the lightly sweet silver. Ron Rio rum is made from molasses refined from 100% American sugarcane. That's a tip-off to me that it's probably Puerto Rican, because Puerto Rico is an American Commonwealth, which is sort of like what you call a self-governing country, which is mostly independent, but in some ways not independent. Very similar to the status of Canada between 1867 and, at the latest, 1982. Except in their case, it would be like if Puerto Rico voted to become an independent country, but still have Donald Trump as their president, where he would be the president of both countries. You say, well, that would be bizarre. Yeah, but that's how Canada works. They have their own parliament. They make their own laws. They have their own control of their own constitution. But Queen Elizabeth is the Queen of England and Canada at the same time, concurrently. It's an odd situation, but it is the situation. And this is listed under their proprietary brands. So Puerto Rico does have Donald Trump as the president, of course, because Puerto Rico does not have the status of Canada. It is a Commonwealth. It is not, they don't have their own foreign policy. They don't send ambassadors to other countries, receive ambassadors. They're not a sovereign state, country, as we call it. Okay, but anyway, you didn't join this to watch, learn about history. So they got their premium brands, which would be like Triple Crown, which has been doing very well. They've got their family brands, which is all the McCormick named brands, which I've had the McCormick blended. And there's a whole bunch of McCormicks. Then there's the proprietary, which is, I guess, a fancy way of saying they're cheap brands that have different names, but that they own them all. Pancho Villa Tequila, Pancho Villa Tequila, Montego Bay Rum, Viaca Vodka, Montego Bay Coconut Rum, Prince Alexis Vodka. Oh, boy. And then the Bacardi. Well, we know what the Bacardi says. Don Facundo Spontaneous perfecting his Bacardi Superior rum. Smooth and subtle with notes of almond and vanilla. It doesn't dominate like gin or disappear like vodka. Perfect for classic rum cocktails like the Mojito, which John and Neely said is his favorite drink. All right. I'm going to guess it automatically. I mean, in seconds, I'm going to know. That's right. Oh. I had to stop my sentence short. I knew that wasn't Ron Rio. That's Bacardi. Clean, sugary, sweet, alcohol burn, fine stuff. Hey, it's worth $12.99 a bottle. Now this, good grief. Let me exhale. PVC pipe. Visqueen plastic wrap. Polypropylene plastic. I'm not making a joke on here. I'm not trying to get cheap laughs. Rancid sugar. I don't know. I don't know. What are they aging this in? A plastic bucket in the sun? I never knew a liquor could go bad. But maybe that's the way it's supposed to. That's some nice alcohol legs. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to smell. Oh. So B, Bacardi. BS, Bacardi Superior. You never get them confused. Now the worst part of this is I have to do the taste challenge. Oh. That's a good product. It's not made for sipping, but you can sip it on your own. You'll enjoy it every sip. It's the ultimate rum mixer, I guess. I guess there's other ultimate rum mixers there. You say, well, Bacardi's just the McDonald's of rum. Whatever it is, I don't know. What do I know for rum? But it's fine. It's a fine product. It's not. It's flawless, you know. Now, I know some people would say, oh, man, you're crazy. $12.99. The only rums I drink are at least $250 a bottle. The best. Only the best. Well, I understand that, but I'm not dealing with that right now. Now, this thing here. Oh, no. Alex the Beer Master says, hey, Ron, did you get your air conditioner working today? No, he came over here and he checked everything out. There was a problem with the compressor where his contact was stuck. I said, what causes that? He said, they get old and they do that. Then there's a bad transformer by the blower motor inside, you know, the thing that blows the air. He's going to go check on it. But he said he might just recommend getting a new one. The one I have is so old. If I tell y'all how old it is, you won't believe it. But I told him, I said, look, whatever you want to do, I'll go along with it. Okay? Whatever you want to do, I'm going to go along with it. So we're going to see. I'm going to get that phone call. That's going to be the determination. I'm telling you. I hope it doesn't cost too much. I wanted to go on a vacation this summer, but that could blow that up. I already paid for the new roof. Covering the new roof, you know. Oh, nearly $5,000. Wish me luck when I go to taste this. I dread tasting this. That is so rancid, man. That is so nasty. It's like, why would a rum taste like that? I would describe it like rancid sugar, but then whoever had rancid sugar, it's not like you go to your house and you say, let me put some sugar in my coffee, and you say, oh no, it's rancid. Whoever says that? I never heard of that. I never heard of such a thing occurring. This is not a proper product. There's something wrong. People say, call the company and get your refund. I'm not worried about $6.99, okay? I'm just saying that something is wrong. I never did get my refund from Diageo. Hey, Diageo, if you're listening, I never got my $8. Oh, yeah, you did say 6 to 8 weeks. But the first time, it only took me 2 weeks. I want my okay. I think I wrote on the calendar the day I sent it. I'm going to have to check on that later. Horrible smell. It's not like the smell is a little off. It's not quite right. It's horrible. It's like rancid vegetable matter. I'm telling you, it's like those stalks, the sugarcane stalks that they used to have in these. Well, you still see them around here occasionally, but like in the fall when they cut all the sugarcane down, and there's a lot of sugarcane on the other side of that highway and on this side too. But and then it would start to rot, like they would squeeze all the juice out, and then that stuff would just be sitting in the sun, so it's dying, right? It's not connected to the roots anymore. It starts rotting, and it smells. You could be at the gas station getting gas, and that truck could drive up like 3 blocks away. And if the wind was blowing, it hit you. You say, bad gas. That's what that refuse was called, bad gas. They actually took that stuff to a factory where they would process it into particle board to put on houses. Most of the houses built around here in the 1960s and 70s used that bad gas siding. They put a surface on it and paint it. It would hold up. At the bottom, it would kind of rot because water would hit it. Maybe from rain or whatever. People would have to replace the bottom pieces, but some people replaced the whole thing. You didn't really have to replace the whole thing. It's kind of ugly looking, but it would hold up. Bad gas, but this smells like that. Oh no. It's kind of like weed killer. Maybe Ron Rio, they accidentally poured some Monsanto Roundup in here. Yeah, it's probably Roundup instead of rum. They got the bottles mixed up. I don't know if that's too good to drink. Save me, Bacardi, save me. Oh yeah, a rum that tastes like rum. Sugar, very light molasses, white oak, light-bodied, pleasant, smooth, nice little moderate finish. Yeah, that's the ticket. Does Bacardi win this taste challenge? Well, I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm not even going to answer that question. It's so obvious. I'm not even going to answer that question. No. Oh, yeah. Yes, you're good. No, 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 no. Get the hint, Satan. It's like the devil, man. It's demonic. It's evil. Oh. And I have to deal with a whole liter of this? You said, give it to your enemies. No. Jesus said, love your enemies. We're supposed to love our enemies. I wouldn't give this to somebody I love. I wouldn't give this to anybody. You couldn't give it. I don't think an old bum on the street would drink that. Baby. Hey, Ron, if you don't like that rum anymore, won't you just get rid of it and it's going to be nasty every time you drink it? Oh, that rum, you mean? He said that rum. You might have that. You might be typing or doing that voice. I know some people do the voice to text and it doesn't come out right. Oh, I don't like it. And it's not that I dislike it. I literally hate it. It's the worst. It's horrible. And from now on, when I do this hangout, when I do the screenshots, I got to remember to hold up the products, because then you just have a screenshot of me like, that doesn't look too good. But I think for now, I'll hold up the product. So then when people see the screenshot, it'll look like something, worth looking at. I don't know. I don't know what's the deal with this. I remember when I first opened the bottle and I smelled it, I thought, what the deuce? Oh, no. No. That's an atrocity. It's worse than camo. It's worse than earthquake high gravity 12%. Yeah, I know. I slung the camo against the fence. Well, that's because it's a 24-ounce can that you got to drink in one setting. There was no way. No, I mean, if it had been a little 5-ounce can or something like that, I could have drunk it. Could have drunk it. I would have hated it. It's a nightmare. Camo is 14% of trash, garbage, filth, scum of the earth, yuckiness. See this? I only have to drink about 3 ounces every time. Or no, this ain't no 3 ounces. This is less than that. I can't get rid of it. I got to keep it around as like a novelty item. So when people come over, I'll say, you want to smell something really bad? They're like, what you talking about? I've had a lot of bad drinks. I was like, you ain't had this. And then let them try it. They'd be like, no, no, no. I don't know what they're trying to perpetuate on this world. You know what, McCormick? I don't know what y'all are trying to perpetuate on this planet Earth. I drank the McCormick blended American whiskey. It was all right. Wasn't exactly great, but it was all right. Even William Kepley thought it was all right. He bought a bottle. This thing here, I guess it's a D because I am able to drink it. Only way it gets an F is if you can't drink it. It's undrinkable. I wouldn't say it's undrinkable, but golly gee, it's not pleasant in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You say, what about the 80 proof that the alcohol will make you feel good? Man, hey, you know what? I don't even think the alcohol would make you feel good. I think it would just make you feel worse in this case. Oh, the aroma. That's the killer, man, that aroma. Oh! This is beyond the pale. It's just unreal. And you say, you're just exaggerating. You're trying to get views. That's all you're trying to do. You're just trying to pump up the channel. Wrong. I'm not trying to do that. I don't get a lot of views on these hangouts anyway because people are not interested in watching me do whiskey and Canadian whiskey and bourbon and rum taste challenges. So I don't even worry about that. I'm just putting it on the video, you know, on the air in case you happen to be interested in it. I understand that. I don't play those games where I try to promote something like a hype it up to get views. I don't do that. But if I was going to do that, this would be the one to choose because it is out of this world bad. Mr. Tank says, Ronald. My response is Mr. Tank. All right, now let me go back to something good. Now I got to keep this around so I can finish with something good. The gap between these is so wide. It's like the gulf between Lazarus and the rich man. Remember in the Bible, Jesus talked about Lazarus and the rich man. They could see each other across that metaphysical gulf, but you could never cross it. Lazarus was in paradise and the rich man was in Hades, and he couldn't cross the gulf. And that's the way these are. You could never cross this chasm. The quality differential is so great. Even a collider couldn't cross it. Well, the colliders couldn't cross it. Remember, they could cross on the logs. Remember, they were Dorothy and the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and Toto were trying to get away from the colliders, which was half bear, half tiger. You said, I didn't see that in the movie. Well, you know, the movie had to cut out half the book because the movie would have been 6 hours long. But in the novel, it will hurt the pain. In the novel from 1900, they were trying to escape from colliders. Well, there's so much in the novel that's not in the movie. It's like two different. It's like the movie's not even the same. It's like detached. Now there's some homages to the book. Like if you watch the movie carefully, and I told Douglas Kennedy this, Facebook friend, I said, Doug, did you ever notice in the movie that when the witch is calling in the winged monkeys, the book calls them the winged monkeys. People say flying monkeys, but it's actually the winged monkeys. Same thing, they fly with wings. But if you ever notice carefully in the movie, she's carrying that golden helmet. It's a golden hat. It looks like a helmet you would wear if you were flying an early airplane, flying machine. It's jewels, got jewels in it. It's a magic hat. If you ever watch the movie, she's not wearing the hat. But if you watch the movie, she's carrying it. The Wicked Witch of the West, I'm talking about. She's carrying that hat when she's trying to kill him in the poppy field, and which is totally different than the book. But she's got the cap, and she slings it. She throws it across the room because she's angry because Glenda saved them. I said, look, the cap. I said, did you ever notice that cap, Doug? He said, no. I said, she had to wear that cap to control the monkeys. They didn't work for her because they liked her. They worked for her because she had that cap. That was an important object to have. She had to have that cap to control them. So they put that in the movie that she had. Another thing is Dorothy had ruby slippers in the movie. But actually, if you read the book, she had silver slippers. That's a casino in Mississippi. Come on down to the Silver Slipper. She wore silver slippers. They weren't ruby. They were silver. But that cap was very important. And the monkeys, Dorothy used that cap to get back to the wizard. And another thing, the novel, it was not a dream. She did not have a dream. Get hit. She did not get hit in the head with a screen door, and dream everything and say, "Don't you believe me?" Sure, Dorothy, we believe you. No, wasn't anything like that in the novel. In the novel, she was actually in a different place, a different dimension, if you want to call it, a different plane of existence called the Land of Oz. It was no kind of dream. It was like Rosemary said, this is no dream. This is really happening. That's good, Rome. Thank you, Bacardi, for saving me from that misery. Okay, so to sum up, Bacardi rum is so much better than Ron Rio, it's a joke. This is the biggest difference between any two products I've ever reviewed. The biggest difference between any two products I have ever examined or taste challenged. It's an unassailable gap. You could never cross that chasm. That's how good Bacardi is relative to how horrendously bad the Ron Rio is. And the gap between the novel and the movie is almost that wide. Well, you know, in the movie, they never did go visit the Witch of the South. You say, who's the Witch of the South? Well, you know, in the movie, they just have Glenda who just shows up for some reason. But in the novel, they had to go travel to the land of the China people. There was another witch. There were polar opposites. There was the Witch of the North, good, and the Witch of the South, good. And there was the Witch of the East, wicked, evil, and the Witch of the West, evil. Evil, evil, good, good. The China people, they were not Chinese. I say China people. They were made out of China, porcelain. The whole country was made out of China. And they accidentally killed some of the people. There was a big scandal with that, and that caused a lot of controversy. And if you read the novel, they did not pass out in the poppy field because the witch poisoned it with some spell. No, no, no. It was an actual poppy field. And the fumes from the heroin, the opium, made them pass out. And if you read the novel, they had to get mice to get them out of there. Mice, like thousands, no, millions maybe of mice, field mice. There was an emperor. The field mice had their own emperor. They had their own kingdom, and they had to construct a huge wagon and pull them out. Pull them out. The lion and the dog and Dorothy. They had to pull them out of the field with these thousands of mice. It had nothing to do with Glinda saving them or anything like that. So, but anyway, the book is much more complex than the movie. You say, but I didn't really watch this video to hear an expose of the novel versus the movie. I understand that. I was just using that as a comparison, contrast of this atrocity of mankind known as Ron Rio and this beautiful product known as Bacardi Superior. So if you want to try a really good clear rum, get Bacardi Superior. I almost guarantee that you'll love it. I really can't see that somebody would drink this and talk about it's bad. I cannot conceive that somebody would say that. Makes no sense to me. It's a beautiful product. I could drink it all day, but that would be a terrible mistake. And I can't see how this could be any worse. I guess it could be poison. I could die. I drank it. This is what, the third sampling, and I haven't died. Haven't even gotten ill. No bad side effects aside from the memories, the post-traumatic stress disorder, you know, because you'll think about when you tried it and you get very, well, you develop an anxiety disorder and psychological disturbance. But if you ever want to explore the dark side of the liquor world, and I mean the dark, it's so dark it's cold, you know, it's like, it's blacker than black. It hurts. It's so dark. It's like hell, you know, if one should say hell, because hell is probably way worse than Ron Rio rum. If you went to hell, if you actually wound up in hell, you would probably wish you were drinking Ron Rio rum. You say, that's how bad hell is? Correct. Hell would make you think Ron Rio rum was good. But enough metaphysical considerations. That's it. When is the next hangout? I think the next hangout will not occur until Thursday morning. And we'll be looking at 75 South American blended whiskey. Not much to it. It's kind of bland, but it's not bad. It's not like Ron Rio where you got to re-examine your whole life and try to change decisions you made, you know, and question everything. It's not like that. It's just kind of like, you know, so. It's all right. It's all right. Actually, I would buy it again. I don't know why I would. I would, in theory. And then we're going to go up against the Triple Crown. I would actually literally buy Triple Crown again, not just in theory. Yeah, I know it's flim-flam. They cheat. They add oak extract. It ain't really a legit product. But, and then we're going to close that out Thursday afternoon. The plan, that's the plan at least. This air conditioning thing can throw everything off track. You know it's hot in this house right now. The hell it ain't. The hell if it ain't hot. We're going to do Seagram 7 Crown versus Triple Crown. Now, I have a feeling, and I think it's a very good, strong feeling. I have a feeling that Seagram 7 Crown is going to beat Triple Crown. I'm fascinated by that one. And I don't think Seagram 7 Crown cuts corners and cheats. They don't have oak extract added. Well, I'm saying I don't think they do. You know, I think a lot of companies are a little shady. James P. Madonna would say, yeah, well, I wouldn't believe that necessarily. But of course, he's kind of looks at it from a socialist viewpoint, progressive party viewpoint, where everything's a conspiracy and all the companies are out to get you. Well, I don't believe that. They just might just be, many times they might just be stupid, you know. But then we're going to switch gears and we're going to go into Canadian blended whiskey. And I always enjoy going back to Canadian blended whiskey. So I think you'll like that too. Thank you, folks. Exactly 30 minutes.